Oh, what's up, easy bakers? So for today's video, we're going to be making this low carb creamy chicken with some chicken thighs. If you haven't already, follow your girl on Instagram at Daverney Freeman. And if you want to be gang, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. So let's jump into the video. As usual, we're going to be using this iron skillet. And to that iron skillet, I'm going to be adding some Southern classic staple of bacon grease. If you do not have bacon grease, you can use some olive oil, you can use some vegetable oil, but if you from the South, use some bacon grease and stop playing. So go ahead and heat that up on your stove at a medium-high temperature. Once it gets hot, you're going to add your boneless, skinless chicken thighs to your pan. And you're just gonna fry them things up until they nice and crispy and golden brown, girl. So this recipe will also be good with some chicken breasts if you don't want to fill around with these chicken thighs. So like I said, you're just gonna cook them until they're seared on the outside, which can take about 3 to 4 minutes. You want your chicken to look just like that. No matter what protein you looking, you want it to be nice and seared. And a tip, you guys always comment about some tips with iron skillets. The key, like I say in most of my videos, you want to warm the iron skillet up before you put anything in it. Put your grease in it, let it warm up, then add your whatever meat or whatever you're gonna be sauteing or searing. That will help you get that nice golden crust on your chicken that you're looking for. Okay, so what I said, don't put nothing cold in your skillet. Okay, so go ahead and cook that on the other side for, again, 3 to 4 minutes. And you wanna make sure that your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. So go ahead and cook that, and once they're done, you're gonna go ahead and remove them from your pan and place them somewhere warm. You see how the chicken looking? Girl, don't play with me. Now that my chicken is looking as seared as I want it to look, I'm going to remove them from the pan, put my heat on a medium-low. Okay, first it was on a medium-high, now it's on a medium-low. And we're gonna add a tablespoon of minced up garlic with a little bit of thyme, a little bit of rubbed sage, and you can also add rosemary to this. So I'm going to just go ahead and just mix it up just a little bit using that grease that's already in the pan that rendered off from our bacon and our chicken to scrub the pan just a little bit so all of those flavors can just get sopped up into these garlic. And once it starts to fragrance up a little bit, I'm going to just add a little bit of tomatoes. That's optional, you don't have to add any tomatoes. But then I added my chicken stock, and I'm going to add a little bit of heavy cream. Stir that around, taste it to see if you need to adjust your seasoning. And I did, so I ended up adding about a half a teaspoon of salt and another half a teaspoon of black pepper. You can adjust your salt and pepper to taste. If you want to use a whole teaspoon, you're more than welcome to do so. But I know I seasoned my chicken before I seared it, so I don't want to have any extra salt if I don't need to. You know what I'm saying? So now that it's boiling now, that's when I actually taste my food. And I was like, yeah, she need a little salt and pepper just to enhance all of those goodness flavors. All right, you guys, since I allowed it to come to a boil, it has thickened up just a little bit. What I'm going to do now is take some Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to grate that into my cream mixture, just so it could be nice and creamy and thicken up even more. Now, you do not have to grate fresh Parmesan cheese, honey. You go right over there to Kroger and get you some $2.22 of Parmesan cheese already shredded, the Kroger brand, and you ain't got to worry about all this, child. But I end up adding a half a cup of Parmesan cheese, and I'm just going to let that thicken up and all them flavors just become a marinated yum sauce. Y'all would be in danger if I knew how to sing. Y'all know that? Like, danger. But yeah, as you guys can see that it done thicken up slightly. I'm just stirring that cheese in, and once it gets all melted down, I'm going to go ahead and add my what is it called, crushed red pepper flakes, because I do like a little bit of in the back of your throat, you know, that little like, what's that flavor? Girl, them red crushed up pepper flakes, yeah. You ain't know what it was. So now that my sauce has thickened up, as you guys can see, it is at a little soft boil. I'm going to just add those chicken thighs back to the pan. And if you guys had some dried tomatoes, that will be awesome in this. I just had some extra tomatoes that was in a salad that the children didn't eat. And I was like, who finna throw these tomatoes away? Girl, y'all look, I ain't put this spinach in here. But yeah, you want to just go ahead and add your chicken back to the pan. Use a spoon or something just so your sauce can get on top of your chicken. Then place that in your oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. My chicken were kind of thin, so they really didn't need that long in the oven to be cooked all the way through. Just make sure your chicken is cooked all the way through before you eat it, okay? All right, so now that my chicken is out the oven, I'm just gonna take a tablespoon of dried parsley and just sprinkle over the chicken just to give it a little bit of extra je ne sais quoi. Looks kind of cute, looks kind of pretty. This recipe is really low carb, so if you are ketoing, this will be pretty much of a good recipe for you to kind of use. And you could pair this with your cauliflower rice, or skip the whole thing and just put some broccoli or some spinach or something on the side. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate you, and I'll talk to you on my next video.